The white eagle soaring, symbol of our nation's pride. As we raise the noble banner, let our hearts be unified. For too long our foes have divided us. Comes the day when they shall see the white eagle soaring on the winds of liberty. Track number 18 on the Virtuoso album is called The White Eagle Soaring. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Of all the songs in the show, this one is probably my least favorite. Not because it isn't a good song. It's a very effective, patriotic, militaristic kind of song, but for me, there's not anything super special about it. It's fulfilling the requirement. I needed to sum up World War I in one song because although Paderewski was involved in the war effort in that he raised money to help the people in Poland who were suffering, he also led recruitment efforts that resulted in 20,000 Polish Americans signing up and creating what was called the Blue Army because of the light blue uniforms that they wore. And they fought with France in World War I. But for our larger story, I didn't want to spend too much time on World War I, so what's great about musical theater is if you want to condense time, you do it with a song. So I wanted to write a patriotic song with some military drums, and we could take us all the way through from when the Polish American soldiers became involved and America joined the battle, all the way through the end of World War I. My inspiration in writing this song was a lot of American traditional patriotic songs. I was also inspired by Ahrens and Flaherty, Make Them Hear You from Ragtime. And then I also included in between these patriotic military big voice singing sections, I used Chopin's Fantasy Impromptu to underscore the dialogue because it gives you kind of an urgency and it creates kind of a tension. I also used the Fantasy Impromptu in the song When Thieves Fall Out, which was setting up World War I, so I thought it was appropriate to bring it back here as we finish World War I. The funny thing though is the assignment on the show was to write this for an American audience, but it ended up being produced in Poland for a Polish audience. And Polish people are not very patriotic, not the way Americans are. And the reason is Polish people have seen what happens when countries are filled with people who are blindly patriotic, Germany, and the destruction that can happen. So Poland, they don't get too excited about the national pride thing because they're a little wary about where that can lead, especially the younger people. So this song much more appealed to the older audience, and I think it would really appeal to an American audience. But we'll see, when this show is remounted again, maybe I'll find another way to get us through World War I without doing a big patriotic military number. Still, I think the lyrics are really great for this song, especially things like, for too long our foes have divided us. Because not only did Germany, Austria, and Russia literally divide Poland, but because the Polish people had come from these very different situations, they were also just fighting with each other politically, deciding what they wanted to do. So I love that line because it really captures the division that Polish people were in and how Paderewski was instrumental in bringing them all together to fight with the US and ultimately win the war. Other than a few more reprises, we just have one song left, and then I'm going to wrap up the Virtuoso Diaries. So stay tuned for the final song, which is called Two Old Birds.